On December 6, 2025, a woman named Marissa recorded something deeply unsettling after rushing home late one evening. She had moved into a townhome in Baldwinsville, New York, with her girlfriend just weeks earlier when unexplained things began happening around the house. That night, Marissa's sister was visiting. Marissa went out to eat with her girlfriend and another friend, leaving her sister alone inside the home. For a few minutes, her sister scrolled through TikTok until something happened that terrified her enough to call Marissa back immediately. When Marissa arrived, she could hear the panic in her sister's voice and instinctively started recording.
Oh my God.
Marissa,
What? Stop! Relax!
Get upstairs, I'm not joking.
What do you mean?
I was down there with them. You can see that camera. There's like, I heard it twice.
Like what?
I kept laughing.
Okay, relax.
I literally looked back, I ignored it, then it happened again, and I got up and started freaking out. You can see that camera.
Okay, relax.
No,
I just left them here at the store.
No, there's a kid upstairs laughing. That's my effing client's there.
Oh my God, dude. Upstairs?
Yes, the sound is just like a kid, like a high-pitched voice. Twice. You literally see me look at the thing twice. And I thought it was TV, but it wasn't.
Why it's not here? Oh my, dude, I just rushed and left them there.
Mom,
At the time, none of them noticed anything unusual. But later, viewers pointed out something disturbing. The childlike voice Marissa's sister claimed to hear can still be detected in the video. Faint, high-pitched, and eerily similar to a child laughing in the background.
Here.
What makes this even more unsettling is that Marissa had only lived there for a few weeks and shared the home exclusively with her girlfriend. There were no children in the house. After hearing the voice and seeing how shaken her sister was, Marissa decided to check upstairs. They searched carefully but found nothing. Still uneasy, Marissa turned her attention to the attic next.
You good?
Oh, she's gonna move it back.
Ready?
Like this.
There you go. You gonna grab it? Wish my phone didn't drop up there.
No, it's going to get it. I'm just gonna show you because like 6 older.
It's a whole other mission to get my phone out, I'm telling you right now. Because I'm not leaving my phone up there.
I know. Smart though, because I'm
Oh, I keep upstairs.
I'm just gonna spin it a couple
yeah,
times.
just spin it around. Just go, try to go as slow as you can. Well, it's either downstairs or upstairs, so I don't. It's gotta be there somewhere.
What the? There's like one of the wooden.
What are the one what?
One of the wooden like posts holding the ceiling up. All of them. The ones going across like this at the angle. They're all charred,
What's that mean?
burnt.
Like the house?
Like
right
they're
now?
they're charcoal.
Really?
Yeah, just those holding the ceiling up.
Like there was like a fire up there at some point?
Obviously, Marissa.
Yeah, but everything else is normal. Just these ones right above me going like this. There's a couple of them.
Can you try to
Black
get
and
Jesus, Peach.
Yeah, he's looking at the window. He knows.
yeah, he's been following
He
me.
knows it's
He
up
just ran
there.
all the way up here.
Yeah, he knows it's up there. He's looking up there.
I'm trying to get it.
What is it, Peach?
Oh,
Go see Papa.
he's not Papa.
It's okay.
No.
I'm gonna twist it.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's black as charcoal.
Look right up there.
Oh.
Charcoal.
It is like
There's a couple of them all the way across.
Wow.
Just the ones holding the ceiling up are charcoal.
Is my phone falling off the tape?
No, no, you're good.
What the charcoal?
Those are black. There's like feathered almost looking. It's weird.
That's literally like it was burnt.
That's what wood looks like too. It's feathered. It's like
I've never seen anything like that.
it's been bonfire.
That's weird.
She taped her phone to a broomstick and raised it into the attic, slowly rotating the camera. That's when viewers noticed something disturbing. What appears to be a drop of blood can be seen above. Then, near a gray box, a pale face seems to briefly appear, either inside it or reflected back, before vanishing as the camera completes its rotation. Others pointed out what looked like burn marks on the attic beams, suggesting the house may have once caught fire. Later, research revealed the home was built in 1886, leaving plenty of room for dark, unexplained history. Not long after, another strange incident caused a serious argument between Marissa and her girlfriend.
Me and my girlfriend, we get into a little fight about something stupid. I go upstairs into our bedroom. She stays on the couch downstairs. I'm dead sleeping in the bedroom. She was downstairs. All of a sudden, she's sitting on the couch scrolling through TikTok. She hears this noise, and it got louder and louder and louder. This noise was a woman moaning. This noise increasingly, went from 0 to 11. But when she heard that, my girlfriend thought I snuck a female upstairs. She throws the dogs off her and runs upstairs and kicks the bedroom door open. And when she did that, I jumped out of my sleep, and she's like, "What the are you doing?" "What are you talking about? I'm sleeping." I start panicking in my own room. I close the door. She goes outside to go sit in her car to catch some air, to relax. I hear her open the door, go outside. I hear her open her car door, close it. I hear her car start. All of a sudden, I hear, it sounded like someone had a bat and was banging on my truck. I said, "Get in the house now." So she came upstairs, and she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Why the you on the truck?" I'm like, "We just moved in here. We have neighbors. You look crazy." And she was like, "I was not banging on your truck, Marissa."
Following that event, Marissa decided to explore the basement, where she noticed something else that didn't sit right.
He comes down to phone all the time. I've never seen that. Yeah, so beautiful. And they
What is that? Why is there a wood piece covering a wood piece in this creepy basement?
A wooden plank appeared to be covering another large board, almost as if there was a hidden space beneath the floor. Even stranger, Marissa's automatic captions began detecting voices in multiple languages throughout the video. When her sister translated the phrases later, what they uncovered only made the situation more disturbing.
This is the first one, right? And it translates to that. Now let me show you the second one. There is this. My roommate that went downstairs in the basement before me recorded this, and she said something was drawing her to this specific area, right? And it says, "The most important thing is this." All right. Now it gets creepier. Now it goes to this, and we translated it, and it went to this. And we looked up what that means. A gender-neutral name of African origin meaning second born of twins. Then we went to this one. And it says break up. Do you guys remember me telling you the spirit that made the moaning upstairs and my girlfriend thought I was cheating on her at 12:30 at night? It made us fight. I have chills, bro.
They began to believe that something sinister in the house was intentionally trying to drive them apart. Between the voices that triggered their argument and the translated phrases picked up in the basement, the events felt far too connected to dismiss. But the biggest question remains unanswered. What is truly hidden beneath the basement, and what was watching from the attic? This haunting mystery is still far from solved. The following footage comes from a Toddler monitor recorded late one night and captures something that still has no clear explanation. The camera is aimed directly at the crib, showing a close-up of a toddler sleeping peacefully. At first, nothing appears out of the ordinary. The room is dim, illuminated only by the faint glow of the baby monitor, and the house is completely silent. Everything looks exactly the way it should.
What the is that? That's so weird. Well. I'll kill you, you son of a bitch.
But if you look closely, right beside the sleeping toddler, another head can clearly be seen resting inside the crib. It appears to be a second child, partially obscured, facing directly toward the camera. Moments later, the figure slightly moves a small hand. Just enough movement to rule out a shadow or simple camera glitch. The man watching the monitor panics and immediately runs toward the bedroom, still filming as he calls out. When he reaches the crib, there is nothing there at all. The room is dark. The child is alone. And there is no possible way another child could have been there, unnoticed. After the recording ended, he insisted he checked every corner of the room and the entire house, finding no sign of anyone else. Since then, the footage has spread widely online, with viewers debating whether the camera captured a glitch, a reflection, or something far more unsettling quietly watching over the child that night. This next video comes from Sydney and her sister Gretchen, who rented an Airbnb in Sydney for a wedding weekend and ended up experiencing far more than they expected. In an earlier clip, they documented a series of strange events inside the house, objects shifting on their own, sudden noises near the staircase, and their dog refusing to leave that area, pacing, sniffing, and staring as if something invisible was standing right there. But the most disturbing moment happened when Sydney slid her phone beneath a locked basement door, only for something to suddenly yank it out of her hand. So before checking out, they asked the host for permission to finally open the basement, just to confirm it wasn't a rodent or something explainable that had grabbed her phone. Watch closely.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sydney posted the footage online, asking viewers what they noticed. Some people claimed they could hear a faint voice whispering, "I don't like you." Others pointed out something even more unsettling. Inside the basement closet, there was another door. That's when people began asking an uncomfortable question. What if something had been hiding in there the entire time? Then, when Sydney shut off the basement light, viewers noticed something else. Something standing in the darkness where nothing had been just seconds earlier. Sydney left the basement without the answer she wanted, confused, unsettled, and with far more questions than when she went in.
Let me see, baby.
like also.
They checked out shaken, especially after remembering one comment left under their first video. A viewer claimed they recognized the Airbnb from the carpet pattern and said someone had died on those exact steps. Whether that's true or not remains unknown. But until more guests come forward with similar paranormal experiences, this unsettling Airbnb haunting remains completely unresolved. This next clip captures something many people fear, even more than a typical ghost or haunting: a mimic. Mimics are described as intelligent, deliberate entities, known for copying the voices of people you recognize and trust, often to draw you closer or provoke a response. One afternoon, a woman was completely alone inside her home when she suddenly heard something coming from somewhere inside the house. At first, nothing seemed out of place. Listen carefully.
Dad, are you there, honey? Open the door for mommy. Bella. Hello. Dad, are Dad, are you there, honey? Open the door for mommy. Dad, are you there, honey? Open the door for mommy. Dad, are you there, honey? Open the door for mommy.
The moment viewers heard the voice, the comment section immediately erupted, not because of what was said, but because of what the woman did next. She didn't panic. She didn't call back. She didn't ask if anyone was there. She stayed perfectly silent. And according to many who study paranormal activity, that silence may have mattered more than anything else. Because when it comes to mimics, the one rule people repeat again and again is this: never respond. The moment you do, you're no longer observing the haunting. You're participating in it. And many believe that by staying silent, she may have stopped whatever was happening from escalating into something far worse. The following footage was recorded inside the old Gila County Jail in Glosoma, a location widely regarded as one of the most haunted places in the state. Since shutting down in 1981, the jail has drawn countless paranormal investigators and has even been featured on shows like Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters. One of its darkest stories involves a former inmate who died inside his cell in 1911 while awaiting trial for the drowning of 2 young girls. In the days before his death, he claimed the spirits of the girls were visiting him, tormenting him inside the cell. Today, visitors report sudden temperature drops, an intense feeling of dread, and faint sobbing near his former cell in cell block B. Over the years, guests and investigators have described being touched, scratched, or shoved by unseen forces, along with hearing disembodied voices, unexplained footsteps, and loud bangs echoing throughout the second floor. On this particular night, a team of investigators placed a camera at the base of one of the staircases. Watch closely.
I guarantee we do. We'll loop the voice so you can hear it more clearly. This voice is impressive on its own, but what makes it even more compelling is that one of our 2 investigators talking at the top of the stairs, discussing their worry about the rain, caught the same voice from one of their cameras. Take a listen. You might need to walk through and see if it's still raining.
Here, Riley?
Yeah. We let this video extend a bit longer to give you a comparison of the three voices heard in this clip, our two investigators' voices and the third disembodied voice. To add to the mystery surrounding these stairs, less than 2 hours later, another camera at the top of these stairs automatically shuts itself off. Our team hurried to figure out what happened to the camera, realizing that we need to fix this unknown issue downstairs at base camp. This is what happened. After going through over 3 hours of footage, listening through the heavy rain and natural echoes through the prison, this voice is only heard twice. What are your thoughts?
Some believe what was captured may be connected to the inmate, whose restless presence is said to linger near the upper levels. Others believe it could be something far older, tied to the jail itself rather than any single spirit. Moments like this are exactly why the Ocala County Jail continues to unsettle everyone who walks through its doors, a paranormal enigma that refuses to give up its secrets. A man shared this footage, and many viewers believe it proves that renovating a house doesn't erase whatever energy already exists inside it. The home was originally built in 1949 and had gone through multiple renovations over the decades. At the time the video was filmed, it was still occupied by an elderly woman, and the man regularly visited to carry out remodeling work. According to him, something always felt wrong whenever he stepped inside. He described unexplained scratches, a constant sense of being watched, and the unsettling feeling that no matter how long he stayed, he was never truly alone. Then one day, while working in the basement, something happened directly in front of him. Watch closely. Viewers were quick to point out that there's no obvious explanation for how the object shifts the way it does. Some believe the age of the house plays a role, that decades of emotion, conflict, and unresolved events can leave behind residual paranormal energy, especially in basements where activity is often reported. Others think the movement could be connected to the elderly woman herself or the tensions surrounding the home. Not long after the video was recorded, she was moved into a nursing facility, and the house was listed for sale. According to the man, family members soon began arguing over money and her will, adding even more unrest to the property. Whether this was a ghost, residual haunting, or something attached to the house itself, the home appears to carry more than just its history, and whatever moved that chair may not be finished making itself known. A man who had worked the night shift at a hotel for several years shared what he describes as the creepiest moment he ever experienced on the job. He explained that despite spending countless nights alone behind the front desk, he had never encountered anything paranormal in the building before. That's what made this incident so unsettling. Nothing like this had ever happened to him there.
So I've been working at a hotel for, a couple years now.
And I've never had anything like this happen. And I'm borderline freaked out. I'm not going to lie. So I'm sitting down here at the front desk, right? And I'm on the computer and I'm just typing away. Phone rings. I don't look at the phone. I just answer it. And, you know, I say my whole little spiel or whatever. And it's just silent. The phone is just silent. After about, 3 or 4 seconds, I say hello again. Nothing. And right before I go to hang up, it sounds like I'm hearing somebody just like breathing on the other line. I just hang up and I'm like, okay, whatever. I ain't thinking twice about it. But then I go and look at the caller ID and let me show y'all something. All right. That's the room that called. Okay. Peep that. 505. Now let me show y'all something. I'm gonna go over here to the elevator so y'all know I'm not bullshitting. And I'm gonna turn the camera around. How many floors do you see here? Because I'm pretty sure we don't have a room 505 nor 5th floor. This would be the night I quit. I don't do that shit. I don't do that shit.
According to his account, he was sitting alone at the front desk late at night, focused on the computer, when the phone suddenly rang. He answered as usual, but on the other end there was only silence. After a few seconds, he said hello again, assuming it was a bad connection. Still nothing. Then, just as he was about to hang up, he heard something that made his stomach drop. Slow, heavy breathing coming through the line. Without thinking, he immediately hung up and checked the caller ID, expecting to see a guest room number. Instead, it showed the call came from room 505. Confused, he grabbed his phone and walked toward the elevator to prove to himself it meant nothing. He filmed the buttons clearly, and there was no 5th floor. The hotel didn't even have a room 505. You can hear the realization hit him in real time as his voice changes, sinking in that whatever was on the other end of that call didn't come from anywhere that should exist. What caused the call remains completely unexplained. Back in October of 2025, a bus driver in Brazil who goes by the username Junio BH Silver shared something deeply unsettling. Junio had spent years working the late shift, driving empty buses back to the depot long after the last passengers had gone home. The nights were quiet and isolating, but he was used to that routine. On this particular shift at exactly 3:21 a.m., while driving an empty bus, Junio suddenly felt an overwhelming sensation that he wasn't alone, even though he knew every seat behind him should have been empty.
Só eu que tô vendo? Hã? Só eu que tô vendo? Hã? Só eu que tô vendo?
In the reflection of the side mirror, a man's head could clearly be seen leaning out of one of the bus windows. Startled, Junio immediately turned around, but there was no one there. He checked the interior security camera. Every row was empty. Yet when he looked back at the mirror, the figure was still there, motionless, as if calmly watching. Shaken, Junio continued driving toward the depot, unsure whether what he was seeing was a reflection, a trick of exhaustion, or something far more supernatural. Once he arrived, he stopped the bus and walked through every row himself.
Eu não sei quem trouxe, não sei quem colocou. Não sei se já estava, eu não reparei. Mas tá aí, ó. Deus abençoe, né? Não sei se foi passageiro. sei se já veio da garagem.
The bus was completely empty, but that's when Junio noticed something new. A Catholic rosary hanging from one of the metal bars, something he was certain hadn't been there before. He had no explanation for how it appeared or who the figure in the mirror had been. Some believe a ghost may have boarded the bus that night, perhaps the spirit of someone who once traveled that same route. Others think it could have been a guardian presence, leaving the rosary behind as a sign of protection. Whatever was sharing that bus with Junio, it made one thing clear. He was not alone.